Um, yeah, we need to get up to the top of Coit Tower to find the egg, apparently. Oh, right, we have this Geiger counter or whatever. To tell us where it is.
They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here. They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity
Anti-gravity
lifts.
lift?
Maybe I can find a set around here.
I think it's definitely in here.
They're shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here.
What? Game? Okay, that was interesting. Like, my mouse briefly, became disconnected. Is there any way I can even get around to that side?
The half-life of Weenie World burgers is at least 20 years.
So it doesn't seem to be any...
Coil Tower, once one of the great landmarks of the city, is now a broken-down monument symbolizing the world that's passed us by.
Alright, let's see if there's any way I can get up. I mean, there's a big wall here. I don't know if that's where we need to go or not. Jeez, yeah. There is a big... I'm not sure we're supposed to be able to get over there. What was that? Saving? That just goes in here. I think I've already been in here. An anti-gravity thing, huh? Yeah, I don't think there's any way we're supposed to be able to get back there, unfortunately.
It's an electronics shop now, but it once was a boarding house for some of San Francisco's most notorious smugglers and petty criminals. This is the Brew and Stew run by Louis Lamintz. Nicest guy on Chandler. He let me run up a tab a time or two. This became a highly sought-after neighborhood post-World War III when it was found that the radiation couldn't penetrate through all the lead paint.
No, no death by a bottomless pit.
It's the sewer to Chandler Avenue, and I never go in there unless I really, really have to.
We could ask around, but I'm not sure anyone would really know.
Whatever you need, Mike. Just ask.
No, we can't ask. We can't even ask about it. All right. Yeah, I could go up to the top of the tower maybe and see if... Because I was thinking, you know, it was like a construction area, so maybe, but yeah, I think this is definitely designed to, keep you out.
Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here.
Hello, Deadpan. I'm looking for anti-gravity lifts. I'm not seeing very much up here, I must say. Just saying. Trying to see if there's any possible way down. I'm not really seeing it. Well, there's the giant hole. Yeah, looks like that area is kind of just an out of bounds area. Let's jump off for old time's sake.
Well, you're dead. Don't be sad. It's probably the most satisfying ending this case was ever going to have.
It's one way to end up in the giant hole. I don't think there's any way.
This Geiger wand will help me find the Tesla egg. It'll beep louder when I'm approaching the egg.
Yeah, well, we already know.
The oscilloscopes on the Spirit radio each need to have both the frequency and amplitude adjusted.
Huh. Whoops. I can't jump out while it's moving down, unfortunately. So we know where the egg is. And he just says,
Shipping containers. It's nearly impossible to lift the lids on these without anti-gravity lifts. Maybe I can find a set around here.
Maybe I can find a set around here. So it sounds like maybe there's 2 I need to find or something. Oh!
It's a pair of anti-gravity lifters.
They were right here the whole time! God damn.
I took the elevator to the top and waited for Slade, according to Manus' instructions.
At least it didn't take me an hour to find it.
Hello, mate. What you got there?
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Looks like the Tesla egg.
Well, this is like the worst designed doorstop ever.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you? Dreams? Visions of Donnelly? Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does. And he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, there's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
Give Slade the egg. Destroy the egg. This... Both of these don't seem like... Neither of these seem like very good options. I mean, this entire enterprise seems shady, so...
You know, you really do seem like a solid business associate. But I think this deal is gonna go out the window.
Now why'd you go and do that?
I want to see if it's smashed on the pavement.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Alright, apparently that's the wrong answer.
Hey, Slade! Come and join the party! It's a killer!
Hello, mate. What you got there?
The stuff bad dreams are made of.
Operation Die in every possible way is still in
This is like
effect.
the worst designed doorstop ever.
Oh, I beg to differ. It's like a little piece of plutonium in an atomic bomb. You know the effects it had on you? Dreams? Visions of Donnelly? Apparently that's just a hint of what it's capable of.
Come on, Slade, you're not buying into this crap, are you?
Between you and me, I don't think it'll work. But the translator does. And he's promised us a big payout for this egg. And if one person's willing to pay that kind of money, there's usually others willing to pay more. So let's have it, partner.
I guess we'll give him the egg this time. Rip.
Manus finally got his revenge, and Slade got what he deserved.
Now what? That's a very good question. I don't know if there's any way to say hello to Count Saint Germain. Because that'd be the person I would kind of be most interested in talking to right now.
Only guests of this hotel are allowed entrance through here.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
I can't do anything here.
It's a pair of anti-gravity lifters.
So I don't even have the egg in my inventory right now. For some reason. Although I obviously have it. Could always ask Rook since he seems to be into Tesla stuff. Although the fact that I don't have any options to ask.
Perhaps I've been wrong about you, Murphy. What can I do to help?
Nope. Nothing. Huh.
Hey, Tex, how you doing?
Alright, he doesn't do anything either. Well. Doesn't seem like I can go to any of these other places. We could go into my office, I guess. See if that triggers anything. Okay, looks like it
Murphy.
will. Day 11. Well, that was a quick day 10. This Immortal Coil or Apocalypse Pow.
I lay in a semi-conscious state, hearing fragments of conversation between Dalton and some other guy. I'm transported to a location in New Mexico where underground nuclear testing experiments were carried out in the 1950s. I remember a map where all the Titan reactors around the world were linked together to one location, the launch pad of the Immortal Coil. Time to play up my last hand.
Donnelly, JT Donnelly. It's a giant safe door. Yep.
Do you have to sneak up on people all the time? You see that rather large, old-fashioned looking piece of equipment? That was your home for a very long time.
Well, it is smaller than my current apartment. Is it rent controlled?
And you have the egg. Wonderful. I must confess, I'm surprised to see you.
But they didn't take it off of him?
Dalton and Slade were convinced that you'd never bring the egg here voluntarily.
I want my memory back. This is the only way.
Still, unlike me, they knew you way back when they used words like idealist, naive.
Dartboard, punching bag.
I've always been an idealist myself. But I find it's the pragmatists like Dalton and Slade who get things done. Without Dalton, I wouldn't be here. And Dalton wouldn't have had the opportunities he did if Slade hadn't helped him rise through the ranks of Gideon Enterprises.
And Slade wouldn't be here if I hadn't returned the favor and got him out of prison.
Well, I knew it wasn't good behavior. I mean, what part was I playing in this evil little cabal?
Surely by now you know that you were J.T. Donnelly. Protector, hired gun and confidant of Nikola Tesla.
What? Are you saying I'm J.T. Donnelly? Right.
You don't believe me. But how do you explain your visions of Donnelly's life?
Well, I think it's the Tesla egg. Donnelly hid it in the wall of the apartment. I didn't even start having the dreams until I moved in.
The spirit radio allows us to communicate with the dead, not the egg. The egg merely amplifies it.
Yeah? Well, I had a radio. I mean, there are other explanations, but I got to admit, they all sound insane to me.
That looks totally believable.
And yet you can't deny the visions. The egg may have had an effect on your subconscious, your spiritual DNA. But you weren't receiving messages, you were remembering. Everything has led to this. A reunion of consciousness. But not just for you, for us all. This is what Tesla intended. His death ray, the spirit radio, the Tesla egg, all brought together to create a celestial conduit, the Immortal Coil, that will redeem and purify this depraved planet and create a literal heaven on Earth, true immortality, timelessness, no sickness, death, or pain. All needs met and achieved through the genius of Tesla! Tex, if you would be so kind as to step out there and place the egg. Where's Slade? No idea.
Slade is kind of, you know, he has a Slade headache. We the baddies now.
Has begun.
Tex, you have come here seeking answers through the spirit radio. Please do so. But you'll only have a few minutes. Then none of the answers will matter because the world will be reborn.
Margaret! Margaret Leonard, can you hear me?
It's so cold. Dark and so empty. Is there someone there? I feel a presence.
It's me, Tex Murphy. I'm trying to contact you through the spirit radio. You've got to help me, Margaret.
I can hear you, but you sound so far away. Tex? Tex? I can't see anything, but I can hear you. I have no sensation. It's as though I'm floating in a void. Where am I?
Right, alright.
The first knob adjusts frequency. The second knob adjusts amplitude. The third knob adjusts which screen is being manipulated.
Whoop, there, okay. Wait, what? Oh, and we have to do this like 3 times? Alright. Whoop. Yep, okay, now that's 2. Oh. That's not concerning at all.
Tex, are you there?
Margaret, I need your help. Focus on the sound of my voice. I've got to ask you some questions. Why did you erase my memory?
I had to protect my daughter. You knew what happened to her, and I couldn't trust you. Not the man you'd become.
What's my connection with Donnelly? Is that me?
You are who you want to be, Tex. When I used the transducer on you, it restored you to whom you were. Don't go back.
Tell me how to get my memory back.
I can't do that, Tex. You are the sum of your memories. I took things from you. Repressing your dark memories was my way of atoning for what I did.
How do I destroy the Immortal Coil?
Find the frequency. The one I found. The one Tesla found before me. It will destroy itself. There'll be no way they can stop it this time.
Okay. I'm guessing red is what we want. have a feeling that they're running up behind me as we speak. Oh. So, that's a time limit, I guess. Well, that's one way to die.
I see you're back again. This is getting old, Murphy. Now, go back and try not to get yourself killed again.
Alright, so that's definitely a time limit. Come on. Oh, okay. Here's the red. Come on. Shit. Come on. Woo! Don't just stand there, moron. Finally. Is that really it? It seriously can't be it. Shortest stream ever. Day 12. The big finish or all good things?
What are you doing here?
I put a tracking app on your smart Alex when you let me download that video of Bowers.
Serves me right for trusting a cop. You've been tailing me ever since?
No. I wanted to trust you, I really did. But you're a suspect in some unsolved cases, and I thought, possibly and quite likely, you'd go back to your old MO at some point. Tex Murphy, you're under arrest.
You're arresting me? For what?
For the murder of Jim Slade and another as yet unidentified male.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
The bodies were thrown from Coil Tower, and we have witnesses that saw you leave the scene immediately after.
Now that I can explain.
I understand Slade was a very bad man, and probably deserved it. But I told you before, I won't tolerate vigilantism.
All right.
Hello, mate.
Have a drink. I saved my first one to have with you.
I see that. Who's your girlfriend?
That's Sapphire. Why'd you go powder your nose, honey?
Bang, bang, bang.
think we'll head west. The petrified forest.
I'm so confused, by the way, right now. Ten months later.
Maybe it's not a perfect world, but it's the best I've got. I might have been somebody else over the past 7 years, but I'm ready to leave that behind me. I've been given a second chance, and I intend to make the most of it. I sense this is just the beginning of something bigger, and what comes next may not be easy. But then again, what is?
All right. I was expecting this to be a lot longer. much cocaine did the game makers make? I mean, it was definitely an creative game. It's just that I don't know if it's because I got better at playing it or if the early days are just... It seemed like the early days had a lot more activities in them, maybe? So I was kind of expecting each day to be kind of the same length. But clearly the later days went a lot faster. Mysterious Russian. We never found out who the White Russians really were. I don't know if that's something that we discover if we make different choices, or Kevin Murphy is smart, Alex. So they're supposed to be making another game in this series, although it sounds like they kind of maybe went into a bit of production hell recently. It was supposed to come out. They're targeting the end of last year, but obviously they didn't make that. I kind of hope they do make it, because I'd be interested in playing something like this again. But production hell is, well, I mean, it's basically like something's in production, but they run into problems and it just kind of, well, it gets stuck in production forever because there are problems that keep it from getting finished. Travel, Delta Airlines. Salt Lake City Comic Con. All the wives, husbands, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, and the family of Tech's 6 staff. We can come home now. Powered by Unity. Shot entirely in Centerville, Utah. All creatures featured in this game were digitally created and depicted. And now what?
Your programming here at New San Francisco Voice Channel 6 for an urgent bulletin. A tragedy in our fair metropolis today as all 3 members of the Knights Templar without a K have been found murdered in the sewers near Telegraph Hill. The images we're about to show are graphic and may be upsetting to some viewers. This trio of self-proclaimed superheroes have, according to their blogs, been protecting our city from the forces of darkness, and indeed, violent crime is down almost 0.5%. Putting our crime rate only slightly higher than Syria. Recent tweets from the victims describe battles against an invading army of Morlocks, the fictional characters from H.G. Wells' Time Machine. When asked to comment on the slain Crusaders, one police officer at the scene said, quote, "Hell, they probably killed each other on accident." So while we may not have witnessed the gallant exploits of these stealthy vigilantes, or even once experienced the terror and destruction of demon spawn, it is with a heavy heart that we here at the New San Francisco Voice say to the Knights Templar without a K, thank you. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right. Extra special thanks. More credits. That's a lot of Michaels. Well, these are probably all the, so I think this was funded via Kickstarter. So this is probably all the, Kickstarter, all the Kickstarter people. That's a lot of Andrews. James. That's a lot of Jameses. That's a lot of Pauls. Okay, this is gonna take a really long time. I don't know if there's any way we can skip this. I got like the lowest level. Spade and Marlowe scale of private eye intelligence canary. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of Tesla Effect. And thank you for watching.